What's going on, everybody? So today's a special day, Ava. What day is it today? I can't hear you.
Voting day.
Voting day. It's election day. It's a big day. It's a very important election. And one thing that we like to do, my wife and I, is bring the kids into these discussions and talk about why we vote, the importance of voting, who we're voting for, and why. And we really try to bring them alongside this so they know and they're educated as they grow up why we're doing this and why we're lucky to be able to do this. Right, Ava? So, yeah, we just got to take a little bit of time during work. I got to leave, pick them up. We went and voted. Now we're back at the office. She could do some homework. I could finish up some work. We're going to wrap up the day and then go watch the election and see what happens. We just pray that the world comes together, man. It's just, there's so much division right now, and I'm not going to get into all the politics of it, but I just hope that we can all kind of come together on this. And I think it's only going to get worse before it gets better, but let's hope that it all gets better. Right, Ava?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll catch you guys soon. Bye. So we have our first staff meeting tomorrow at our conference table. I'm super pumped for it. And really the topic of this is going to be strategizing for 2025 on our top insurance carriers that we're going to be using, our top industries we're going to be going after, and really strategizing how we're going to grow this new business. Because today I lost our largest client. Not because of anything we did, the company sold. And we just lost a huge chunk of our revenue. It is a weight lifted off because we were relying pretty heavily on this one account to, keep our numbers up. So it's like, it's kind of a weight lifted off, but it was also a big hit. So I have to go into 2025 gung-ho and hard, which means I gotta focus on who our audience is, who our ideal prospects and ideal clients are, and who are the carriers that are gonna help us get there. So I wrote this out. I'm trying to break it up a little bit, okay? And this is where we're going to collaborate. I got our commercial lines, our commercial carriers, personal lines, and personal lines carriers. Personal lines is really tough, so I put on here we'll play it by ear. But I'm trying to write out ideal clients. What do we want in a personal lines client? What do we want in a commercial client? What industries do we want to go after? What carriers do we have that are going to be really beneficial to work with? This is my kind of initial brainstorm. I obviously am going to make it way more extensive and really hone it in, but this was my initial brainstorm of it all. Like I said a little bit ago, losing this large client of ours kind of rattled me, but in a good way, because it's really kicking me into gear to really step up my game, because we just kind of took a hit, but I know we're going to fill it with more quality clients, and it's going to be a more solid book than relying just on the one client. But what I found over the years is that when I go to market, or I make videos, or I make content, when I try to make content for everybody, it never works. I'm making videos for everybody, which is actually making videos for nobody. But if I can hone in on specific industries or specific type of a person, then I could really tailor that content to that. And that's where I see the results coming in. When I can make a video about a mechanic or to garages, it really works. But if I make it to all businesses, if you need business insurance, it's such a vast industry and it's such a vast, wide variety of people that it really just doesn't work. So really my whole idea for my whole strategy for 2025 is to really narrow down who we're targeting to and really be that specialist, right? It's like when you go to the doctor, you have your general doctor, but you go to specialists for your feet or for your ears, nose, and throat or your heart, right? It's the same thing. And you go to a financial advisor, you go to a CPA. They're all specialized in certain areas and they do well in certain areas. But if you're trying to be in everything to everyone when it comes to insurance, it's really hard because there's so many different carriers, there's so many different coverages, training's hard. There's a lot that goes into it. So we've always kind of struggled with being like that generalist and trying to learn to be everything to everyone, and it's just so hard to learn. So my goal for 2025 is to really hone in on who we're going to. Training will be easier for new agents, etc. Like we're just gonna really dial it in. So me setting up that whiteboard and everything for tomorrow's strategy call is just like the start of it all. I know it's not all going to be done overnight, but I'm really excited to get this going. One thing that I cherish and I know that I'll look back on and really love is having my kids come to work with me. Early on when Sam and I first had our kids, even when we were just married, we all worked in the agency together. My wife was in the office right next door. So we worked together, and then we had our son, and he came with us to the office, and then we had Ava, and she came to the office. We had our whole family there every single day. Now, do I recommend that? Not necessarily, because that was hard. That was hard to work and stay focused with a full family in the office next to you. My focus for our agency is that family feel, right? I want everybody here that are parents to also feel that luxury, because I like that luxury of having her to be able to come and work at the conference table to do her homework while I get to work for a little bit. So I know I'm going to cherish these moments of having her here, because I tell my wife all the time, like one day she's going to want nothing to do with me. So I will enjoy it while I can. Right, Ava?
I do it with my left hand.
What about this one? What's up, guys? So we just had our first team meeting in the conference room. I'm really excited about it. I brought donuts, muffins this morning. We sat down, we went over my whiteboard, we went over some strategy for 2025, prospects that we're going to be working on, sales figures, shared with them the loss of our large account, how that's going to affect us a little bit, but to not be discouraged, because we're going to go into 2025 going in hard. And it was overall a really positive meeting. Everybody loved the conference table. It just gave this really good vibe. I tried to film it, but I was using the camera as like a webcam for Jerry, because we remote her in, and I couldn't record and use it as a webcam. I thought I could. It didn't record it. I'm sorry. I'll try to get some more footage behind the scenes of our team soon. Some of them are a little uncomfortable on camera, so I want to respect their privacy. But yeah, I'm really excited for what we have going. Today's meeting, the vibe felt really good. It was really productive. A lot of people participated with the things that we're going to be doing or what we should be doing moving forward. I'm really adamant on making these meetings really valuable to everyone. I don't want these meetings to just be a waste of time, because meetings can very easily be a waste of time. And so I'm really being intentional with their time and respectful of their time. So when they come to these meetings, they know we're going to get some value out of it, and a clear picture of where we're going. Our mission, our vision statements have to be dead set, and everybody knows what we're doing. That's what I'm working on, and I'm having them help me with it. I said, I need your guys' help. It wasn't, this is what you're doing. This is, guys, we're restructuring things. We're going into 2025 with a new attitude. I need your guys' help. And I got a lot of good participation out of everybody today, and a really good collaboration, and that's what I think this room's gonna do for us. And I was really excited, because today was like a glimpse of that. So yeah, it was a really good day, and it was a really good meeting. It was a really good morning, and who doesn't love donuts and muffins and coffee in the morning? So yeah, it was just a win-win overall. I feel really, really good about it. Yeah, so I have this laptop here. It was originally mine, but I know a few of our staff members here are kind of struggling with their computers. So I want to give this laptop to May. So I just need to get this configured to her. If we need to get anything off of it that's mine and put it onto hers. Her computer at the office here is just really slow. And I know it's pretty old because it's got one of those big towers. So I just need to make sure that we could kind of see if we could get rid of that and get her this thing. 'Cause I want her to be able to work from home part-time, so we could take this to and from the office. Sounds good. Yeah, our plan is to kind of get everybody on a hybrid schedule by the new year. So I want to get everybody a laptop set up so they have that flexibility, because we've never really been like that. It's always been desktops in the office. But a lot of our programs now are internet-based. So we went from having like all these installed programs, heavy stuff, to everything's lightweight, which is really cool. Well, dude, I appreciate you, Ryan. Thanks so much for your time, man. And yeah, like I said, I'll leave it up. You do what you need to do to it. Let me know, and I'll update May. So I'm working with our IT company because this was originally my laptop I just bought. It's a Lenovo. It's really nice because I was trying to do a remote thing. Everybody in our office has always been on a desktop, and I wanted to make sure that everybody has that flexibility to work from home. We have a few people now working on a hybrid schedule, but I want it to be really set in stone and have everybody on a structured schedule with that flexibility of being able to work from home moving forward. So we're starting to get some computers in place. One of my guys in my mastermind group got me connected with the guy at Dell to set up like a leasing program through laptops. It's really, really cool. So I'm getting a few of those to get everybody else a laptop and ready to rock. In the meantime, May's computer's been really slow, so I'm giving her mine. It's brand new. We have a IT guy that we pay monthly. They kind of come in, they build out our computers, our servers, our protection, everything like that. So he's kind of going to go in and restructure this one for May so she can use this at home. She can come here, plug it in, work on it here, and just offer that. So that's one thing. Also that I'm going to change come the new year is that flexible scheduling and having that hybrid option for people. I think it's going to really attract new hires, and it's going to really help our team kind of get more of that flexibility. So do I love full-time remote work? Not necessarily, but I know having that hybrid flexible schedule is really important nowadays. So I'm trying to attract younger people. I'm trying to really grow this agency, and I know having some type of hybrid schedule is going to be key. Where would you like to eat? Yeah, we could go to Chili's. That's fine. I'll wrap up here. Give me like 10 minutes and I'll be on my way. All right. I love you. I'll be there shortly. Okay. Okay. Bye. I worked a little late tonight, but Sam just called. She's like, "You want to go get dinner?" We don't really eat out because we've been trying to save money, but every now and then we try to eat out and just go as a family of four. It just costs so much. But yeah, she called. She's like, "Can we go eat somewhere? I'm tired of eating at home." And so we're going to Chili's. Ava really likes Chili's. So yeah, I'm gonna go pick them up and go do that. It's 5:30. It's time. I had a long day, had a busy day. Yeah, I'm ready to wrap it up and go spend some time with the family. Yeah.
What I set for you for 2024, actually Erica said it, right? And then we kind of
Right.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys surpassed that. So I am confident going to 2025 that you will crush it. But I also want to share ways that we could possibly support you. And you can let me know what you need from me and the Hartford to support you, especially as you are now taking over the reins of the agency, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell me what your plan is for 2025.
Well, the market hit us hard. Personal lines, we got hit really hard. Commercial didn't, we did. There was a lot of commercial property and stuff that really got affected, but for the most part, our commercials seemed to be okay. Going into 2025, being very intentional of who we target, who we market, our carrier list, like right before it's always been anything and anyone, and we'll just see what comes in and we'll just kind of willy-nilly it. And I was just like, that hasn't worked for us in the past. Maybe back in the day it used to be just like whoever called in, we would write. But I'm like, for marketing and stuff, like that's where my specialty is. That's where I'm strong in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm like, but I need to know who I'm targeting. Like I can't market to everyone. Like I have to have an audience. And so we really sat down in our meeting yesterday of like, we need to brainstorm like industries, carriers, how we're going to do this. And so it was kind of good timing to talk to you too, because we just talked with the team about this yesterday. And you guys were obviously on that top of the list. So it's like, I want to go deeper with less companies than like, because we had so many that we were sprinkling little bits here and there with that nobody was happy. So I was like, I would just rather have less carriers. And then for training purposes, if I bring on a new producer, it's not, here's all 40 companies and write whatever the hell you want. Yeah. It's going to be like, no, here's our list of like 5 and here's the industries we're going after. And here's how we're gonna.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I think you should toot your own horn because the energy, the passion, and the keyword intentional mindset you brought in really has made a difference. And I've seen that from looking at the historical numbers prior to, right? And this is just a snapshot of what I see at the Hartford, right?
Okay, tech is one of those things. I talked about it yesterday in the meeting, and Steve was kind of like, that's a hard thing to go after. I've always kind of wanted to.
Okay.
I just have never really written any, nor do I really know how to
go after it, yeah.
go after them. It is something that kind of appeals to me. I don't know. I've never done it. Doesn't mean I can't. I just, and I don't know because there's not a lot around me locally, but I don't think that really necessarily matters. It's just one of those things that I know you guys are, good at. And I was like, I need to. I was on a call with Billy Williams, and my stuff wasn't working, and he's like, see, you kids are all fancy with your technology and it never works. And he goes, I have just my laptop built-in webcam and it works like a charm. And I'm like, yeah, Billy, I know. Their monthly payment's $93,000 with VFS. Like, oh my gosh. I just looked, I was like, oh, that's their payment due right now is 93. And then we have two with them. Let me see. This is 22,000. So so they're paying like 100 and something thousand a month.
Getting a low level of profit and we're having ample cash is that we have to execute the pro forma budget.
I do know we have there's one other account that we write that's not that large, but they're in December. I wonder if that's that one. So, one quick side note, I get asked a lot what gear I use to film a lot of my stuff. And I will just answer this by saying whatever's easiest to use that. And let me share an example, okay? I bought this gimbal. It's the DJI RS3 Mini. It's a lightweight gimbal. I thought I could get super buttery B-roll with it. I took probably over an hour today to try to balance this thing to get the camera on this, and I couldn't get it to work. So I wasted a lot of time trying to get this to work. So I didn't even use it. I just used my camera handheld, and it was a waste of time, probably a waste of money, but I'll try to see if I could figure that out. When I could just use this, right? Most people could just use their phones or whatever they have on them, and it'll do just fine. You would have probably not noticed if I used this versus the handheld that I actually used in this next clip. So let me know what you think. But yeah, I just want to share that because the only real important thing I would say is get a good microphone so the audio sounds good. Otherwise, you don't need all this fancy gear. I get sucked into a lot of this stuff because I'm a nerd with it. But most times I find myself wasting time because I gotta set it all up, I gotta charge everything, and then I use it for 5 seconds and nobody ever will notice. It's about the story and it's about what you're talking about and what you're actually doing that really matters. I'm finding out that that's more important more and more. As I go on to documenting this journey, I'm really gonna be using the gear that I have that's easiest to use. And sometimes that will be my phone, and you'll probably tell a difference between my camera here that I'm filming on now and my phone. But does it matter? No, not really, because really what matters is what you're seeing and what story am I telling. So don't get discouraged if you don't have all this fancy gear, because really that's the last thing that matters. So no matter good or bad, I'm going to share it all with you guys because that's the real life of owning a business. And I was vulnerable this week by sharing we lost one of our largest accounts. And while that was a big hit, that was a large whale in our small little pond. So we're going to rebuild healthier and stronger than ever. So I am really looking forward to 2025 still, because I'm going to be activating sales mode and I'm going to be grinding even harder to replace what we've lost, right? And until January 1st, I am buttoning up and dialing in a few last minute things to make sure my in-laws get what they need, but I can still transition and own this agency fully. So I am really looking forward to that. These next couple weeks are going to be me sharing more of that. But yes, thank you guys for all following along and subscribing and watching all these videos. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're getting something out of this. And if anything, I'm just sharing with you guys the ups and downs and all the things that we got to do while running a business. It could be computers. It could be talks with our CFO. It could be sales meetings. All of it applies, and so I'm trying to share glimpses of each and everything that I'm doing day in and day out. And if any of it is more interesting than others, please comment down below and share with me what you would like to see more of, because the more feedback I get, the better these will become. So I appreciate you all very much. Thank you so much. Until next time, we'll see you next week.